This video is about a widow lost her shoes until Heiress made her a manager. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. Part 1: The Unexpected Path. The morning light filtered through the thin curtain of Ella's small apartment, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air like tiny, hopeful spirits. At 35, Ella had hoped life would be different. But this sudden loss of her husband, Mark, left a void that not even the brightest sun could fill. Each day felt like a struggle to rediscover who she once was, a shadow of the vibrant woman he had loved. With her heart heavy, Ella slipped on her worn-out shoes, the only pair she owned since Mark's passing. They were scuffed and faded, a stark contrast to the vibrant floral dress she had chosen to wear. She had once been full of dreams, traveling, starting a family, and owning a small shop filled with handmade crafts. But dreams felt faint, almost like whispers of a past life as she forced herself to step outside. The world greeted her with indifference. Other women strolled by in their fashionable attire, their laughter floating through the air, while Ella felt invisible, burdened by her grief. As she walked to the small cafe where she worked part-time, a familiar ache settled in her chest. It was a day like any other, drudgery wrapped in mundane routine. "Morning, Ella," chirped the cafe owner, Mrs. Kolsky, a spunky woman in her 60s with a heart as big as her apron. "You look lovely today." "Thanks, Mrs. K," Ella replied, forcing a smile. The effort felt heavy, but the warmth of Mrs. Kolsky's kindness wrapped around her like a hug. It was these small gestures that kept her tethered to the world, though the weight of her sorrow often felt insurmountable. As the day unfolded, Ella poured cups of coffee, served pastries, and exchanged pleasantries with customers. Each smile felt like a mask she wore to hide her pain. She loved the energy of the cafe, but it was also a constant reminder of the life she had lost. On her break, she sat in a corner, her gaze drifting to the window, where the sun shone brightly, illuminating the bustling street outside. As she absent-mindedly traced her finger over the table, she remembered the last conversation she had with Mark. They had been dreaming of opening a cafe of their own, a cozy nook filled with laughter and love. She could almost hear his voice coaxing her to chase those dreams, even now. Suddenly, a loud crash jolted her back to reality. A young woman stumbled into the cafe, her high heels having betrayed her. Ella rushed to help, her instinct to comfort rekindled. "Are you okay?" she asked, kneeling beside the woman, who was now struggling to gather her belongings. "Yes, just a bit clumsy," the woman replied, her cheeks flushed with embarrassment. "I am sorry for the mess." "No worries," Ella said gently, smiling as she helped her collect her fallen items. As she handed over a small notebook, the woman looked up, her gaze intense yet kind. "Thank you, I am Lydia." "I am Ella." They exchanged a brief smile, a connection formed amidst the chaos. "I am new to the city, trying to make a good impression at my job," Lydia said, her voice tinged with optimism despite the mishap. "I think I'll leave the heels at home next time." Ella chuckled softly. "Comfort is key. I've learned that the hard way." Just then, Mrs. Kolsky approached. "Lydia, you stylish thing, you look like you belong on the cover of a magazine. Ella, take notes." "Not my style," Ella replied, the warmth of teasing easing her heart. As the day passed, Lydia and Ella chatted whenever they could. It turned out Lydia was a young heiress, navigating a new job in the city under the watchful eye of her family. Yet she was determined to show her independence and earn her place. There was something refreshing about her enthusiasm that stirred a flicker of hope within Ella. "You were so inspiring," Ella admitted one afternoon, a little surprised by her own words. "You were out here pursuing your dreams." "Thank you." Lydia beamed. "You know, I think it is important to uplift each other. Life is hard enough, right?" Those words resonated deeply with Ella. Perhaps kindness was the key to healing, and maybe she could find a way to embrace her own dreams again. The thought lingered in her heart like a gentle whisper, urging her to believe in herself. Days turned into weeks, and Lydia became a frequent visitor at the cafe. Their bond deepened, and Ella found herself sharing more of her story. She spoke about Mark and the dreams they had, the cafe they had envisioned, and the bittersweet memories that lingered. "You should pursue that dream, Ella," Lydia urged one day as they cleaned up after the lunch rush. "Your creativity deserves a chance to shine. You are so talented." "I don't know, Lydia. It feels so far out of reach now," Ella replied, doubt creeping in. "I am not sure I am strong enough." "Strength is often found in the moments we least expect," Lydia said, determination lighting her eyes. "Let us collaborate. I can help you set things in motion. It is time you shared your gifts with the world." The idea was daunting yet exhilarating. For the first time since Mark's passing, Ella felt a spark of something she thought she had lost hope. She envisioned a small space filled with laughter, where the aroma of fresh coffee mingled with the scent of baked goods. Yet the voices of doubt loomed, whispering fears of failure. "Promise me you will, I'll think about it," Lydia insisted, her enthusiasm infectious. "You never know what might happen." Ella nodded, though uncertainty lingered. Could she really step out of the shadows of grief? Could she reclaim her dreams? That evening, Ella sat at her kitchen table, surrounded by papers filled with sketches and ideas for a calf. Memories of laughter with Mark flooded in her mind, edging her forward. She closed her eyes, inhaling deeply, imagining the warmth of a small calf, filled with friends and laughter. Suddenly, a noise shattered her thoughts, a sharp knock on her door. Hesitantly, she opened it to find Lydia standing there, breathless and wide-eyed. "You have to come with me. I need your help." "What is going on?" Ella asked, concern knitting her brows. It is a surprise, Lydia grinned. "Just trust me." Ella hesitated but saw the fire in Lydia's eyes. She grabbed her coat and went along, curiosity piqued. They walked through the city, Lydia bubbling with excitement, leading them to a vibrant neighborhood bustling with life. "Here," Lydia said, stopping before a quaint little building with a for rent sign hanging in the window. "This could be it, Ella, your dream calf." Ella's heart raced. It was perfect, yet the fear clawed at her gut. "I can tell, Lydia, it is too soon. I don't know how to do this." "Together, we can figure it out," Lydia urged, her voice steady and reassuring. "You be not alone. We'll all make it work." Standing there, with the building's potential stretching before her, Ella felt a swell of emotions. The fear of failure wrestled with a growing desire to embrace life again. She looked at Lydia, whose unwavering belief ignited a flicker of courage within her. "Okay," Ella whispered, her voice almost lost in the bustle of the street. "Let us do it." As hope blossomed within her heart, Ella realized she was ready to take a step forward. It was time to reclaim her dreams and honor Mark's memory not through sorrow, but by building something beautiful together. It was time to believe in the possibility of a brighter tomorrow, hand in hand with a newfound friend. Together, they would embrace the journey ahead. ## Part 2, Building Dreams Together. The crisp autumn air enveloped Ella as she stood before the quaint little building, the sunlight flickering on its facade like a heartbeat, echoing her own. "This is it, Ella. I can already envision the aromas of freshly brewed coffee and pastries wafting through the air," Lydia said, her excitement palpable. Ella nodded silently, her heart racing. "But what if it doesn't work? What if I fail?" The words tumbled out before she could catch them, a manifestation of the fears that had haunted her since Mark's passing. Lydia placed a reassuring hand on Ella's shoulder. "Then we learn and try again. But what if it does work? What if this is the beginning of something beautiful?" Ella turned to look at Lydia, who was practically glowing with hope. "You really believe that?" "Absolutely," Lydia said, her eyes sparkling. "You have so much to offer, Ella. This could be your chance to shine." Taking a deep breath, Ella let the weight of Lydia's encouragement wash over her. "Okay," she finally said, determination lacing her voice. "Let us look inside." Stepping inside, the building was like entering a new world. Dust hung in the air, and the wooden floors creaked beneath their feet, but the space held an undeniable charm. Sunlight streamed through large windows, illuminating the potential that echoed within the walls. "Can't you just imagine the laughter, the community gatherings? This place is full of possibilities." Lydia exclaimed, her enthusiasm infectious. Ella smiled, the tension in her chest loosening ever so slightly. "It is beautiful," she said, envisioning the calf filled with life, friends gathering, children laughing, the clinking of cups mingling with the aroma of pastries. But as the reality crept back in, doubt returned. "I don't know how to run a business, Lydia. I haven't even thought about permits or suppliers." Lydia waved her hand dismissively. "We'll figure it out together. You have the vision, and I have a little experience in navigating the business side of things. We can support each other. Just think of it as a new adventure." As they left the building, Ella's heart swelled with a mix of excitement and apprehension. The next few days were spent in a whirlwind of activity. They met with building owners, discussed lease terms, and brainstormed ideas for the cafe's name, decor, and menu. One evening, as they sat across from each other at a small table in the cafe, Ella scribbled ideas into her notebook, her mind racing with potential. "How about Ella's corner?" she suggested, a flicker of hope dancing in her chest. "I love it." Lydia clapped her hands together. "It sounds warm and inviting, just like you, and we can decorate it with pictures of your crafts and memories of Mark. It'll be personal." The warmth in Ella's heart blossomed but was quickly replaced by self-doubt. What if no one comes? What if they don't like it? Lydia leaned forward, her expression serious. You have to believe in your dream, Ella. No matter how scary it feels, you are not alone in this. You're rebuilding something meaningful, and I truly believe people will connect with it. Okay, Ella whispered, a small smile forming. I'll try. And try she did. They spent long hours arranging the space, painting the walls in soft pastel colors, and filling the shelves with Ella's handmade crafts. Each brushstroke felt like a step toward healing, a way to honor Mark's memory. Months passed, and as the calf took shape, so did their friendship. They laughed together, exchanged stories, and supported one another through their vulnerabilities. Lydia shared stories of her own struggles, the pressure of her family's expectations weighing heavily on her shoulders. I just want to prove I can be successful in my own right, without relying on anyone else's name, Lydia confessed one evening as they prepped for opening day. Ella nodded. I understand that feeling all too well. It is hard to escape the shadows of what others think of you. Then let us create a place where we can be ourselves, where others can feel seen and valued, Lydia said, her eyes shining with conviction. We'll be a beacon for those who feel lost. The day of the grand opening dawned bright and clear, a perfect canvas for the dreams they had woven together. As Ella stood behind the counter, dressed in a simple yet elegant apron, she felt a surge of nerves and excitement. Lydia moved around the calf, ensuring everything was perfect, her energy electric. Remember, we got this. Just breathe, she said, her reassurance wrapping around Ella like a warm embrace. As the door swung open, a few curious customers filtered in, their faces filled with wonder. Ella's heart raced, but she greeted them with a smile, pouring coffee and serving pastries, feeling a mixture of warmth and joy. Welcome to Ella's corner, she called out, her voice steady. The morning unfolded beautifully, with laughter and chatter filling the air. Ella felt a sense of belonging that had long eluded her. With each interaction, she remembered the importance of connection, of sharing joy and kindness with others. But as the day wore on, the initial excitement began to wane. The flow of customers slowed, and Ella's heart sank. She glanced at Lydia, who was busy arranging pastries, her brow furrowed in concentration. Lydia, Ella said quietly, what if we don't make enough to keep this place open? Lydia paused, looking up, her expression unwavering. Ella, it's our first day. Every business has its ups and downs. We're rebuilding something special here, and it will take time. Remember why we started this. Ella took a deep breath, her gaze shifting to the customers who remained, laughing and sharing stories over coffee. She realized that this cafe was more than just a business, it was a community, a haven for connection. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow across the cafe, a group of familiar faces walked in. It was a few of Ella's old friends from her past life, eyes wide with surprise and delight. Ella, you did it, one of them exclaimed, rushing over to hug her tightly. Ella felt tears prick her eyes as she embraced her friends, warmth flooding her heart. I didn't think you'd come. Of course we would. We wanted to support you. This place is amazing, another friend added, glancing around in awe. Joy in the cafe began to build again, laughter echoing against the walls, igniting a spark of hope within Ella. Each smile and warm word renewed her spirit, reminding her that she was not alone. As the night unfolded, customers flowed in, filling the cafe with life. Ella and Lydia worked seamlessly together, their laughter mingling with the clinking of cups, created a symphony of resilience and joy. Every smile shared felt like a glimmer of healing. Each kind word exchange stitched together the fabric of a new beginning. And in that moment, Ella understood that her journey was not just about running a cafe, but about reclaiming her connection to life, laughter, and love. As they closed up that night, Ella turned to Lydia, her heart full. Thank you for believing in me, for pushing me to chase my dreams. I couldn't have done this without you. Lydia grinned, her eyes sparkling under the dim cafe lights. This is just the beginning, Ella. Together, we can face anything. With renewed strength, Ella felt the weight of grief begin to lift, replaced by the warmth of hope and friendship. She could see a future ahead, bright with possibility. And so, standing amidst the echoes of laughter, Ella knew she was not just building a cafe, she was rebuilding her life. She had lost so much, but in the embrace of kindness, resilience, and shared dreams, she found herself again. Together with Lydia, they would navigate the path ahead, hand in hand, step by step, toward a future bursting with potential and light. Part 3, A Journey of Transformation. The winter months brought a chill that penetrated even the warmest corners of Ella's corner. Snowflakes danced down from the slate-gray sky, blanketing the city in white. Inside the cafe, however, Warmth emanated from the laughter of patrons and the smell of freshly baked pastries. But amidst the charm and bustle, Ella felt an unsettling tremor of anxiety. The initial excitement of their grand opening had faded, and foot traffic had slowed. Despite Lydia's unwavering optimism and encouragement, the weight of financial uncertainty pressed down on Ella like a heavy winter coat. "Hey," Lydia said one morning as they prepped for another day, noticing Ella's distracted demeanor. "You've been quiet lately. What's on your mind?" Ella sighed, her hands resting on the counter, a half-rolled pastry dough before her. "I am just worried, Lydia. What if we can't make this work? I thought opening a cafe would reignite my spirit, but what if it ends up breaking us?" "Ella, it is normal to feel overwhelmed. Every business has its slow periods, remember. We're rebuilding something meaningful here," Lydia reassured her, her gaze steady and kind. "We just need to find ways to draw people in." Ella nodded but felt the doubt creeping back. "I just wish I had more experience. I didn't expect it to be this hard." "Experience comes with time," Lydia replied. "Let us brainstorm together. What can we do to make this place shine even brighter?" As they discussed potential ideas, Ella's heart fluttered with a mix of fear and hope. They decided to host a community event, a gathering that would invite locals to share stories, art, and crafts. "Did Ella showcase what we stand for, and we'll create an environment people want to be part of," Lydia suggested with excitement. "What if no one shows up?" Ella's voice trembled with doubt. "Even if it is just a few people, it'll be worth it. Let us focus on building connections, not just sales," Lydia replied, her determination infectious. With renewed energy, they set about planning the community event, putting out flyers in their neighborhood and sharing their vision on social media. Ella felt a spark of inspiration as they envisioned a cafe filled with artists, storytellers, and dreamers, each person contributing to a tapestry of resilience and beauty. As the day of the event approached, anxiety churned in Ella's stomach, but so did anticipation. They decorated the cafe with handmade crafts, warm lights strung across the walls creating a cozy glow. The aroma of fresh coffee mingled with the sweet scent of pastries wafting through the air. "Just imagine all the people who will walk through those doors," Lydia said, her eyes shining. "This is going to be magical." Ella smiled weakly but couldn't shake the fear of failure. "I hope so. I just want this to mean something." As the event started, Ella stood behind the counter, her heart racing as the clock ticked closer to the opening hour. The door creaked open, and one by one, familiar faces began to filter in. Friends, neighbors, and even strangers filled the cafe, their expressions curious and welcoming. "Ella, this place looks incredible," one of her old friends exclaimed, embracing her. "Thank you. I am so glad you came," Ella replied, her heart swelling with gratitude. As the evening unfolded, Ella watched in awe as people mingled, shared stories, and explored the crafts displayed around the cafe. Laughter filled the air, echoing against the walls, and for the first time in months, Ella felt a warmth spread through her chest, chasing away the cold shadows of doubt. "See, they love it," Lydia said, her enthusiasm bubbling as she poured coffee for a group of artists who had gathered around a table. Ella glanced around the room, her heart swelling as she witnessed the connections blossoming before her eyes. "I can't believe this is happening," she murmured, her eyes shining with unshed tears. "Believe it, Ella. This is just the beginning," Lydia replied, clasping her hand. As the night progressed, a young girl approached Ella, holding a handmade bracelet adorned with colorful beads. "This is for you," she said shyly, her cheeks flushed. "I love coming here. It feels like home." Ella knelt down to the girl's level, her heart swelling with emotion. "Thank you. That's beautiful. You are so talented." The girl's shy smile lit up the room, and in that moment, Ella felt a sense of purpose wash over her. This cafe wasn't just a business, it was a sanctuary for dreams, creativity, and connection. As the event wrapped up, people lingered, reluctant to leave the warmth of the cafe. "Can we do this again?" someone asked, excitement evident in their voice. "Absolutely," Lydia responded, her eyes sparkling with joy. "We'd love to host another gathering soon." Ella beamed, her heart lighter than it had been in months. This was what she had been missing, a sense of community, a place where people felt valued and seen. In the following weeks, the cafe flourished. Inspired by the success of the community event, they started a weekly open mic night, inviting local talents to share their stories and songs. The cafe became a hub of creativity, a place where individuals could express themselves freely, and Ella finally felt a sense of belonging. Yet amidst the joy, challenges persisted. The initial cost of running a cafe still weighed heavily on their shoulders, and there were days when the numbers didn't add up. One day, as they sat down to review the finances, Ella's heart sank. "We're barely breaking even," she said, her voice barely above a whisper. "What if we can keep this going?" Lydia took a deep breath, her gaze steady. "We knew this wouldn't be easy, but we've built something special here, Ella. Let us think creatively about how to generate more income. We could offer classes, perhaps." Ella's eyes brightened at the idea. "Classes like baking or craft workshops?" "Exactly. You're so talented, and people would love to learn from you. We can promote these events through the cafe and social media," Lydia suggested with enthusiasm. With a renewed sense of purpose, Ella began crafting a curriculum for baking classes, pouring her heart into each lesson. They advertised the workshops through their channels, and the response was overwhelming. People flocked to sign up, eager to learn the art of baking from the woman whose pastries had warmed their hearts. The classes became a new cornerstone of the cafe, bringing in fresh income and fostering deeper connections with the community. Ella found herself thriving in this new role, sharing her passion with others and witnessing the joy it brought them. One evening, while cleaning up after a particularly lively class, Lydia turned to Ella, her expression earnest. "You've blossomed, Ella. I can see the light in you again." Ella smiled, her heart full. "I couldn't have done it without you, Lydia. You believed in me when I didn't believe in myself." "You believed in others too. That's what makes you special," Lydia said, her voice soft. Ella felt tears prick her eyes as she reflected on the journey they had taken together. The path hadn't been easy. It had been fraught with fears, doubts, and challenges. Yet through it all, they had discovered resilience, courage, and the power of community. As winter turned to spring, the city outside bloomed with life, and so did Ella's corner. The cafe had become a beloved fixture in the neighborhood, a place where dreams were nurtured and laughter resonated. One sunny afternoon, as Ella wiped down the counter, a well-dressed woman entered the cafe, her presence commanding attention. "Hello, I am Clara," she introduced herself, scanning the cafe with interest. "I've heard wonderful things about this place." Ella felt her heart quicken. "Welcome to Ella's Corner. Can I get you a coffee or something sweet?" Clara smiled, her eyes sparkling. "I do love a coffee, and I am intrigued by your pastries. They look divine." As Ella prepared Clara's order, a sense of curiosity washed over her. "What brings you here?" "I am a local business consultant, and I've been looking for unique venues for a new project. I think your cafe has incredible potential," Clara replied, her gaze thoughtful. Ella's heart raced. "What kind of project?" "I am interested in collaborating with local businesses to create a community space that supports artists and entrepreneurs," Clara explained. "I believe your cafe could be pivotal in that vision." Ella's mind raced, a blend of excitement and apprehension swelling within her. "That sounds amazing, but we're still small. I am not sure we're ready for something like that." "Every great venture starts small," Clara assured her. "I see so much potential in you in this space. Let us explore how we can work together." As they discussed ideas, Ella felt a rekindling of hope, the flicker of possibility igniting within her. Perhaps this was the next step in her journey, a chance to expand Ella's Corner into something even more profound. After their meeting, Ella rushed home, her heart alight with inspiration. Lydia was waiting for her, a curious grin on her face. "What has got you glowing?" "I just met with a business consultant who wants to collaborate. She sees the potential in Ella's Corner, and it could mean new opportunities for us." Part 4, A New Dawn. In the weeks that followed her meeting with Clara, Ella found herself on an emotional roller coaster. The idea of collaborating with someone who saw potential in Ella's Corner filled her with both excitement and trepidation. Could she really juggle the demands of running a cafe and the pressure of expansion? Yet every morning as she opened the cafe, the familiar aroma of freshly brewed coffee and warm pastries washed over her, reminding her of the joy she had rediscovered. The cafe was alive with laughter and chatter, a testament to the community they had nurtured. "Ella!" Lydia called one morning, a stack of papers in her hands as she rushed in. "You wouldn't believe what I found." Ella wiped her hands on her apron, curiosity piqued. "What is it?" "I've been researching local artists and entrepreneurs, and I think we should consider hosting a monthly showcase night. It could bring in more people and be a great way to support our community," Lydia suggested, her eyes sparkling. Ella felt a rush of excitement. "That's a brilliant idea. We could feature different artists each month, showcase their work, and hold a small auction for charity." "Exactly." Lydia beamed, her enthusiasm contagious. "We could even make it a themed event: food, drinks, and local art. We'll create a vibrant atmosphere." Ella nodded, envisioning the cafe filled with music, laughter, and the warm glow of creativity. Let us do it. We can start planning for next month. As they dove into organizing the event, the cafe buzzed with energy. Ella poured her heart into each detail: the menu, decorations, and even the promotional materials. She felt alive, as if the act of creation was breathing life back into her soul. However, amidst the excitement, the weight of Clara's proposal loomed over her. "Lydia," Ella said one afternoon, her brow furrowed in contemplation. "What if Clara has bigger plans for us than we can handle? I don't want to stretch us too thin." Lydia paused, her expression thoughtful. "I understand your concerns, but I think Clara genuinely believes in us. That it's okay to take small steps. We don't have to rush into anything." Ella sighed, staring out the window as the evening sky turned a soft pink. "You're right. I just need to trust the process and remember why we started this." The following week, Clara returned to the cafe, her demeanor warm yet professional. "Ella, Lydia, I am excited about the possibilities we discussed," she said, her voice bright. "Have you had time to think about the collaboration?" "Yes, we have," Ella began, her heart racing. "We love the idea of creating a community space, but we want to ensure we don't lose the essence of what makes Heiress Corner special." Clara nodded, her expression understanding. "Absolutely. My goal is to enhance what you've already built, not to change it. I see this as a partnership, a way to elevate your vision." As the conversation flowed, Clara laid out her ideas: a community workshop space, art displays, and themed events. Ella's heart raced at the possibilities, but the fear of failure tugged at her. "And you think we can handle all of this without compromising the cafe's atmosphere?" "Of course," Clara reassured her, a smile breaking across her face. "You both have created a welcoming space, and that is the foundation. These new elements will bring more life to it, not take away from it." Ella glanced at Lydia, who nodded encouragingly. "Let us do it," Ella said, her voice steady with newfound determination. "Let us see where this partnership can take us." As the days turned into weeks, the cafe transformed into a hub of creativity. The showcase event was a resounding success, filled to the brim with local talent, vibrant energy, and people from all walks of life. Ella felt her heart swell as she watched the joy on the faces of patrons, artists, and friends mingling together. "Ella, look." Lydia gestured toward the corner where a young musician played soft melodies on his guitar. "This is exactly what we envisioned." Ella nodded, tears of joy welling in her eyes. "It feels like a dream, Lydia. This is what community is all about." After the successful event, they received positive feedback, and word began to spread about Heiress Corner. The cafe became a refuge for those seeking connection, and with every passing day, Ella felt more grounded in her purpose. Yet amidst the joy, challenges still lingered. There were weeks when the cafe struggled to keep up with increased demand, and financial pressures mounted. Ella often found herself awake at night, her mind racing with worries about how to sustain the momentum. One evening, as they were closing out, Ella turned to Lydia, her voice shaking. "What if we can keep this up? What if we fail?" Lydia stepped closer, her expression filled with empathy. "I know it is hard, but remember how far we've come. Every challenge is an opportunity to grow. We just need to keep pushing forward." Ella took a deep breath, reminded of the importance of resilience. "You're right. We started this journey to honor Marcus' memory and to create connections, and I need to hold on to that." With renewed determination, they worked together to strategize and find solutions. They reached out to local businesses for partnerships, expanded their marketing, and began hosting weekly workshops, allowing Ella to share her crafts and connect with the community. As spring blossomed into summer, the cafe thrived. Each success, no matter how small, became a testament to their hard work, and the cafe filled with laughter, friendships, and the aroma of fresh pastries. One sunny afternoon, as Ella prepared for another busy day, Clara entered the cafe with a beaming smile. "Ella, I have some exciting news." "What is it?" Ella asked, her heart racing with anticipation. "I've been in touch with a local arts organization, and they're really interested in partnering with us for a larger community event. They want Heiress Corner to be the main venue." Clara exclaimed. Ella's jaw dropped. "Really? That's incredible." "Yes, they're really looking to showcase emerging artists and host workshops, and they want to use your cafe as the heart of the event," Clara explained, her enthusiasm contagious. Ella turned to Lydia, whose eyes sparkled with excitement. "This could be a game changer for us. It has a chance to reach even more people." "Absolutely," Clara replied. "Together, we can create something truly special, a vibrant celebration of creativity and community." As they began planning the event, Ella felt a renewed sense of purpose. She poured her heart into the preparation, envisioning the cafe filled with art, music, and laughter. Weeks flew by, and the big day arrived. Ella stood at the entrance of the cafe, her heart racing with a mix of excitement and nerves. The streets outside were lined with colorful decorations, and the sound of music wafted through the air, beckoning people to join. "Ella, look at this crowd!" Lydia exclaimed, her face lit with joy as they welcomed guests. Ella couldn't believe her eyes. The cafe was buzzing with energy. Talented artists displayed their work, musicians performed, and people mingled, sharing stories and laughter. "Welcome to Ella's Corner. We're so glad you were here." Ella greeted each guest, her heart swelling with pride. As the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Ella took a moment to step outside. She stood on the steps of the cafe, watching the beautiful scene unfold before her. "This is everything I dreamed of and more," she whispered to herself, tears of gratitude streaming down her cheeks. In that moment, she felt Marcus' presence beside her, his spirit urging her onward. The journey had been fraught with struggles, but the resilience of the human spirit had prevailed. As the night continued, patrons swayed to the music, and Ella felt a wave of warmth envelop her. The cafe had become a haven, a place where dreams were nurtured and connections were made. Later that evening, as the event began to wind down, Clara approached Ella, her eyes sparkling with pride. "You did it, Ella. This is just the beginning." "Yes," Ella replied, her heart full. "We've created something beautiful together. Thank you for believing in us." As she glanced around, filled with gratitude for her community, Ella knew that her journey was far from over. The cafe represented more than a business. It was a testament to resilience, love, and the beauty of human connection. In the days that followed, Ella's Corner continued to flourish, each new challenge an opportunity for growth. With Lydia by her side, they nurtured their dreams, embracing the unknown with open hearts. Together, they forged a brighter path, proving that even in the darkest times, hope could ignite and flourish. Ella had lost her shoes, but she had found her spirit, her purpose, and a community that would walk with her, step by step, into a future brimming with possibility.